Hey everyone, I'm Hope, and welcome back to Mill History Talk, the book review desk, where we trade trenches for titles and talk about the books that make military history come alive. Today's pick? A big one. John Keegan's The First World War. If military history had a Mount Rushmore, this book would have its own face, possibly frowning sternly at the rest of us. Keegan, longtime lecturer at Sandhurst and author of The Face of Battle, wrote this late in his career, and it feels like the summation of a lifetime's thinking. His style? Equal parts scholar, storyteller, and moral philosopher. From page 1, he sets the tone. World War I was a tragic and understandable conflict. That's his thesis in a nutshell. A catastrophe born not of fate, but of failed leadership and imagination. He walks us through the alliances, the mobilization timetables, and the infamous Schlieffen Plan, a blueprint that turned one spark in the Balkans into 4 years of industrial-scale carnage. Once the war begins, Keegan's gift for battle narrative takes over. The early campaigns of 1914 come alive, commanders out of their depth, soldiers charging into machine guns, and everyone realizing too late that courage doesn't beat shrapnel. His chapters on Verdun and the Somme are the emotional core, not just troop movements, but moral reckonings. At Verdun, France fights for its soul. At the Somme, Britain learns the price of optimism. 19,000 dead on day 1. Keegan's prose is restrained but devastating. You finish those pages feeling like you've been there, and you're grateful you weren't. Unlike many English-language historians, Keegan doesn't stop at the Western Front. He takes us east, to the vast Russian campaigns, south to Gallipoli and Palestine, and onto the high seas, Jutland, U-boats, and the War of Blockade. Every theater gets its due, and every page reinforces the sense that this really was the First World War. Keegan's portraits of commanders are sharp and fair. Haig isn't a butcher or a saint, just a man learning in real time how to fight a new kind of war. Pétain earns his respect. Ludendorff and Hindenburg, not so much. His writing is crisp, never academic for its own sake. He shows us not just how the war was fought, but what it meant, how it shattered Europe's confidence in progress and left the world morally dazed. Critics say it's more synthesis than original research, and sure, he's not digging in new archives. But that's like faulting Spielberg for not holding the camera himself. The art here is in the storytelling, and Keegan nails it. So, is the First World War worth your time? Absolutely. It's the definitive single-volume history of the conflict, lucid, comprehensive, and quietly profound. Whether you're new to the Great War or deep in the trenches of history nerddom, this is the one to read. Keegan closes with a soldier's words. If the dead could speak, they would say, "Finish it." It's both a plea and a warning, and it sums up why this book still matters. And that's a wrap for this week at the book review desk. I'm Hope, reminding you to keep your strategy sharp, your humor sharper, and your bookmark handy. Because the past? It's one book you'll never really finish.